It's time for an adventure, for good or bad. Cackles about how you and the Jagni tribe are going to strip every nest home clean together. Says you're welcome back. Claims to have strange things from the dead. The doors here are always open for a potential customer. Feels like something's about to happen today. Whoa, smell that? Biohazard nearby. Right in the face. Can you hear the waves calling? Looks good. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story as it was. He recalls you wouldn't put in the time required to learn how to swim. He bets you regret that now. Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again. He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years. He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child. Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life is your life, not the story you're told about it. He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you realize how that'll make you feel once you claimed it.
See? On my side. Go, dog, go!
First instincts can be truly awful.
The fun thing is always the right thing.
Next time, look at it with a clear heart.
Darkly dark, dark.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind do you like? Best to stick close to the shore then, where the goo isn't so deep. That's like being close to your friends who can help when things go wrong. Figures the world is a goner. Even the goo will go gone. Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier. Wonders why you're flapping around with the Jagni. They spend too much time nesting to do anything fun. Figures you must have met different Jagni than he has. But hey, back to the goo. Knows yesterday is already gone. It's what you do today and tomorrow that'll move you forward. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the Subnautica Station, as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit, so you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his Googlide, starting with the old wreck box outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Googlide strong enough to fight the Porky Puff. Out of Date told him the undersurf was the epicenter of the contamination. This was where it struck hardest and inflicted the biggest change to the ecosystem. Don't forget the past. Learn from it. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Don't tip over. Such a dark night. Just a few moves left. Make them count. A face-off. Try again when you have some key energy. job. Critical. Baked. Right between the eyes. Grit. You don't have it in you right now. That's going to leave a mark. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. The long-lasting effect this had on the evolution of wildlife was, as we know now, the only reason we came to exist. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go. He's got the Googlide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo further out. There are lots of valuables left behind on the surf floor that the salvage net will enable you to haul. You just need to find the right spots. Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the Googlide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks, squeaky distractions for the triple attentive porky puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the surf archipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find quacks. That's where he bobs. Gulp refuses to move from that barge, despite the fact it makes him burf. Goop's not sure, though, if it's the surf sickness or the radium syrup that causes it. Do you feel safer or more exposed in the dark? Welcome to the Surf Archipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy Goop. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least. Yeah. And the open goo before you. Wonders if Looper Lupin was the only thing that happened to ruin you. Says you should take it easy. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Points out that he's hungry too, but always thirsty for more. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wants to know if he could point you towards something fun to drink, so that you could share with the tipsy tipster. You sure look like you could use a drink. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, but that's nowhere near as quick and easy. Who wants to stop to chew? Says you should toast the end of the world, but you'd better hurry. It's coming soon. Respects how you take care of yourself first instead of trying to swallow too much. Thinks it's funny you wound up with the Jagni. They drink so little, like birds. Can't understand that. Everybody's thirsty. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportioned to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp. The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world is still doomed, even if the sun goes up. Says that's what gives your internal such a great glow. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching pippies flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. Says he's not sure you can. Physically, that is. There's no squeeze in the world able to counteract his expansiveness. No better time to get moving than daybreak. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. Smart to protect your melon. This is all about you. Whether you succeed or fail, it's on you. Need the right key? Snazzy hatter. Now that's a flesh wound. Wow! Every day is a new chance to fulfill your destiny. Tells all your foes to step way back. Everyone loves a good hat. Gross. This place stinks. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. The end is coming to the world, and everything else. Gulp says he'll bibble anything once, as long as it's drinkalicious, even rocket fuel. He once mixed up some tankers and drank that. It was a real lift-off. That leads him to the bottom of that particular bottle. Radium syrup. If only he could find a tanker truck to empty. He's not in a state to go looking, so he's counting on you to help. Go find him a tanker truck and bring back some of that precious radium syrup. Please. Thinks you're not the only one who... What were we talking about again? It's time to do what's right, for certain values of right. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Ah, plastic scrap like that always comes in handy. This gutway has centuries of old waste. Close encounter. Nice shot. Your key energy is all used up. Slashing dash. Slash. Seems dirty down here in the dirt. Person. Pow! Middle-lifed. Slice and dice. Chop it up. That's just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. Cutting edge. Flash the slash. Seems like a peculiar item. Flex up. Flex those smart muscles and open the hatch. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Looks like you gummed up the gears. No glow juice for you. That should be enough glow juice for two. Amazing to see so much happening today. Top quality scrap in this piece. Work your way up. Says you don't exactly look like the trustworthy type. Hopes to see you again. Darkness makes you miss the light. Gulp says he wants to take you with him on a super funny happy slide. Sharing is caring, and one drink for two is just right. Gulp says seeing your face is like seeing his own reflection at the bottom of a glass. It never gets old. He's been looking forward to a rendezvous, and it's on you to make it happen. There's even a chance the syrup is more intoxicating now from being aged in a radiated tanker. He's sure there are even more tanker trucks with radium syrup out there waiting to be emptied. Figures you could do that, but only Gulp knows which boozy ooze is safe.
Take that light!
Really, you ought to use your head instead of your gut.
See? The darkness lets you get away with anything.
Just remember, you can always find light in the dark.
Dark? When you already know you're right.
Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Gulp says he's still waiting for that second round. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one knows about, but doesn't really want to talk about it right now. Says hello, wonders what sort of trouble you'll get into tonight. The West World Eater blots out the sun. Says goodbye to you. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what... Gulp says he's still waiting for that second round. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders what's on your mind. Says there's an interesting place nearby that no one... Says there's no reason to let you in on where it is. Says there's no reason to make threats. Would have told you about it sooner or later. It's not far from here. Wonders why you're throwing everything out of balance. Wouldn't be surprised if you met again. Gulp says drinking shouldn't keep you from thinking. He wonders... Understands you have... As long as karma exists, the world changes, and we change with it. Gulp thanks you. Says a drink or two won't do any harm. He refuses to drink alone. You're his friend now. Gulp says he just can't get enough of that crunky syrup. It's so refreshing. Don't you agree? He really appreciated that you shared a drink with him. You took a risk and deserve a reward. So he intends to keep the promise he gave you when you first met. He's got a few things, you see, that no one else has. Claims to understand the alchemy of drinks. Lots to sample and savor.
I meet this very.
It's hard to understand the guzzle, but it's something about flip-flop the flip-flops and not getting sauced. Eventually, you're gonna figure something out. Ah, like... Under your own power now. The Domp outpost, shined up by the Myriad tribe. There's the sovereign who runs this outpost. He didn't expect his outpost to be invaded, but now that you're working with their rival, he can see why. He would have preferred if you could have solved this without violence. At least a peaceful solution has a chance, while a violent one never has. It's their last line of defense. Once their guardian falls, they'll surrender. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Should protect your legs. He says you did a great job capturing the rival's second outpost. You've earned the privilege of wearing the tribe's colors. Thinks your foes will flee before you can reach them. Bullets everywhere. Carving it up. Wow, wow, wow. Shot. The surf's so wide here. The dark's good for sneaking up on things. Sharp steel. You might want to fall back. That's a gnote. Easy prey for Loopa-Loopin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. A pip bush that's nom-nom for the gnotes. The warmth just goes right to your toesies. Blast off. Lots of notices on the board for things that made sense in the days when the surf was a lot cleaner. Interesting to see what they cared about here. Wonder if any of it matters now. In the old days, this was a port for boats that went under the surf. They helped clog the surf into goo. They made a lot of green, which is all they really cared about. You should be able to find a track here. Just need to keep your eyes open. No time for sightseeing. Had enough of that? That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out-of-Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out-of-Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide. He seems happy to talk. Has plenty to do, so no worries. It's a game of life, yours and everyone else's. The deep cut. Get out of here. Neutralized. Check out that plastic scrap over there. See that e-waste? You could use that for sure. Itchy trigger finger. Swoop. got more than a flesh wound. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a place for rest and recovery. When day...